Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is a Rabbiah coming from the Chicago camp with a quick lesson. I titled this lesson, The Earth is Given to the Wicked. So I got this because I was watching this video, and it was talking about a drink that we all know and grew up with. First of all, I want to say fair use for this video. I'm not making any money off of this. This is just for educational purposes. Going back to the video, this drink we grew up on, and they're now saying that it was a ploy to get control, or but we'll just leave it at that, to get control of the masses of people. And so I thought the video would be very interesting. I wanted to bring it to light and put some scriptures behind it, to prove who's doing this. I want to start off with Job chapter 13, verse 4. It says, "But ye are forger of lies, ye are all physicians of no value." So we know through the scriptures that the forger of lies and the physicians of ye are all physicians of no value is so-called white man. Everything they do is, to deceive, and this is a perfect example of it. This video, well, I'm just gonna let it play. Go ahead. Let me check this video out.
Remember when they said not to drink the Kool-Aid, and we trusted them, and back in our day, this little face looked a little bit different than it does now. Because when you guys see it, you can't unsee it, guys. They branded the mark of the beast right on the Kool-Aid guy. And before you say I'm reaching, check this out. You can't make this shit up, guys. We got the 666 here. They updated the Kool-Aid guy to have the 3 6s because they want to show you right in front of your face. This stuff's so obvious, guys. And of course, they threw in the as above, so below. Tell me it's a coincidence that he's throwing up the Baphomet while he's rocking the 3 6s right in front of our faces. Which is really just so strange after we've seen this.
See, this right here coincides with the scriptures, because the scriptures, Job chapter 9, verse 24, it says, "The earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" Well, this video is telling you who the wicked is. It's showing you that he's the person, when I talk about the I'm talking about so-called white man. This government is the wicked. They covered the faces of judges. They the one that made Yahushai to be a so-called white man with stringy hair. They did that. And the Bible describes him as a so-called black man, or should I say a melanated man, because we're not black. We're the Israelites, and we're brown. Anyway, let me let this video play. Check.
Change over the years, they kind of had it here, but they slowly did these things. Why? Because if they do it all at once, guys, we're going to see what they're doing. We're going to call them for what the hell they're doing here. Look at the old school Kool-Aid guy. You had 6 6 and then almost a 6 here, but they updated it to make sure it's really clear for those who can see, guys. And again, the Baphomet, if you haven't learned, as above, so below, I'm here to tell you guys, this is not a coincidence. You see this guy on all these logos. You see this guy all over the celebs. You see Baphomet all over everything. So yes, this is just some innocent, little harmless drink that they fed us over the years. But you learn that it's all tied in because they show you right here why it's so evil, right? Look at these ingredients. That is the key. But what do they tell us, guys? They tell us it's full of the vitamin C. They tell you just to add some healthy sugar, and it's just artificial flavor, but it's vitamin C. Makes you wonder how they pull these things off. Check out this beautiful artwork, really displaying these 6s. I mean, when they drew this, they probably just went ahead and made a 6 and filled it in a little. So when you wake up, the people learn that the evil really is here, right in your face, and it's hidden, but it's not, guys. That's the world you live in. So again, at this point, if you guys can't see this, if you're ignoring it or you're distracted, you'd rather watch a bunch of dumb videos of a bunch of dumb other things, then keep doing that. But until then, you guys, I'm here to tell you right now, they're not playing, and they're not at all doing this on accident. Much love, fam.
Wow. I want to say, well, let me just go with the scripture. Let me go with Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. It It says, never trust thy enemy, for as iron rusteth, so does his wickedness. So you notice that in this video, it was showing you in the beginning, they were kind of subtle with it. They would put a 6 here and a 6 there. He said, now they're bringing it all the way out. You can see that there's, you know, what their aim is and what their mindset is and who they serve, you know? So we have to be mindful of that, you know, in this time, brothers and sisters. We got to, you know, we can't be walking with our eyes closed. We got to be prepared, and we got to be circumspect. Let's get that. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, see then that we walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So we understand that this is an evil time that we're in, because this is the end of a civilization. This is the end of the reign of Satan. So, you know, they're going to pull out all the stops. You know, you got to understand that this man has great influence over all the earth. Let's get that. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. When it says that his soul which is lifted up, meaning he's prideful and that he's the wicked. If it's not upright in him, he's crooked, you know. But the just shall live by his faith. Verse 5, it says, yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, meaning that his philosophies, his understanding, he is a proud man, never keepeth at home, meaning he has military bases all over the earth, who enlarges his desire as hell and as death, and cannot be satisfied. This man cannot be satisfied. He wants everything. He wants to rule people's mind, and he wants to control our religion. But gather unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. So all people and all nations are following this wine of Babylon, you know, and, you know, destruction is coming to this place. You know, the Bible speaks of it, you know, great destruction is coming, you know. So the people that are in power now are the wicked. Let's go to Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we should return and build the desolate places. This is when the Renaissance time, when they returned. And thus said the Lord of hosts, they should build, but I will throw down. See that I will throw down. That means Yahweh. This is a so-called black man. It says they should call them. Listen to this. And they should call them, not one person, not Esau, the people. It says they should call them the border of wickedness. The people against whom Yahweh has indignation forever. So these people are against the Most High, and he has hatred for them forever. You know, so this is all going to come to a head very soon. You know, these people, the Lord made wicked from birth. Let's prove that. Let's go to Psalms chapter 58. Let's start at verse 3. Now we understand that we just read that the wicked is Esau. That was in Malachi. Listen to this. It says, Psalms 58 verse 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they're born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf otter who stoppeth his ear, which should not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. So again, this man is proven, and the Bible is saying that this man is the wicked of the earth and everything he's doing. I mean, just look at the state of the earth right now and what's going on here. I mean, the food, the air, the water, everything is just upside down and out of course. That's another precept. Let's go to that. Let's go to Psalms chapter 82. Psalms chapter 82, verse 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. So everything, you know, no longer do we hunt food, or no longer do we go to the butcher place, because that was the closest thing to us going out hunting, you know. But now everything is done. Our food is already packaged straight from the lab, or straight from wherever, should I say. You know, so everything is out of course, man. You know, the way we eat, the way we serve the Lord, the way we plan our food, you know, everything that the Lord stood for us to do according to the scriptures is all backwards and upside down. You know, we need new management. We need Yahweh to come back and deliver us from this wickedness, man. You know, we need salvation. When you look up the word salvation, it means to be delivered. There's only a few people. There's only the 12 tribes that need to be delivered right now. Everyone else is in power. So salvation is for the 12 tribes of Israel. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.